I think I need to change my diet. Not so much in what I eat, but how much I eat. All of this stuff that I've been doing the last few days with these sets of 50, sets of 30, like all this high repetition stuff, it's taken a toll. And I feel like I'm not putting in the fuel that I'm burning day in, day out. Last night, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I thought I was coming down with something, man. My throat was dry. The right side of my throat was sore, like the tonsil area. It was all kind of like seeming that I'm going to go down with something. Both of my kids have been sick this past week. So I thought, it's usually the case. You know, I kiss them all the time and whatnot. I'll probably caught it from them. I got up, got myself some water. I started drinking lots and lots of water. And then it occurred to me, standing there in the kitchen, 3 o'clock in the morning, I thought to myself, man, in the last few days, I have not given my body the opportunity to recover from these sessions. I simply I'm doing lots and lots of work, you know, high intensity type sets where I'm, you know, breathing, squatting, breathing sets every single day. I'm thinking about all the food I ate. I've been trying to eat 3 meals a day, but I feel like I'm not able to eat enough food per sitting to recuperate, to, you know, consume enough calories to sustain such a, you know, training performance, such a training schedule. And so while I was standing there in the kitchen with this sore throat, I thought to myself, well, you know what? I'm down, I don't know how many calories, but a whole lot of freaking calories. So I prepared the leftover from dinner, which is like, we had tacos last night. So I took all of that, I ate all of that. And then what I did next was something that I don't generally do. I mean, this is crazy stuff, especially at 3 in the morning. I thought I needed to get some calories into my body. I thought my body was going to fight something. Either I'm going to get sick or I'm not going to get sick. And so what I did is I took out a pack of Tim Tams. Now, for all the Aussies that are listening to this, you know what Tim Tams are. They're like a chocolate type biscuit thing. There's a pack of them. I don't know how many of there are. From memory, I think there was something like 2,000 calories in the whole pack. Yes. I ate all of it. And I got through half of it and I was like, man, I've had enough. I kind of feel sick. I force-fed myself the rest. I had 2,000 calories. I think it was like 4,000 kilojoules or something like that on the packet. So I'm trying to convert that back. Is it 2,000 calories? Something like that. I would have to look it up again. It was 3 o'clock this morning that I did this. So I had some milk as well with that. Continued to drink lots and lots of water. So between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning, I basically went onto the couch, kept drinking water, kept forcing it down. And in this 2-hour span, my throat started to hurt less. And eventually towards 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, it stopped hurting altogether. I think what I did there was I rehydrated the hell out of myself and I ate a lot of calories. I've had this happen to me in the past where I feel like I'm coming down with something and the throat kind of gets dry and sore and whatever. And then you drink a lot of water and it kind of goes away. I don't know if you guys have experienced something similar. But this has happened to me several times before when I've taken on such a high volume type of training, high kind of metabolic conditioning type thing where you're just burning a shit ton of energy. And I remember middle of last year, I got sick a few times. Same thing, midwinter. Kids are going to school, coming back, bringing all the stuff back, and I get something from them. I'm beating the living shit out of myself in the gym with all these high reps. And then, you know, I'm susceptible to these viruses that my boy brings from school. And voila, I have like a week or two of training. This time around, man, I did this morning. Went to sleep between 5 and woke up at 8 o'clock. So in total, I had something like 7 hours sleep in 2 lots. Woke up this morning feeling amazing. So no sore throat, no sickness about me. Went to the gym and I was like, okay, I'll see how I go. I ended up doing front squats for sets of 30. I did one set of 30, one set of 20. This is the first time I've done front squats in that manner. But the fact that I was able to do that and felt good to do that told me that I did the right thing, that I'm actually just down in calories. I'm down in calories. And so I need to focus on eating more food. I thought if I just have a whole lot of food 3 times a day was going to be enough. Looks like it's not going to be enough, especially if I'm doing this on a daily. This is a completely different type of ball game for me if I'm doing this stuff almost every day now. Yes, the weight's low, but it's a lot of work. I'm putting my body through a lot of repetitions, and so I need to eat accordingly. My next thought is I'm probably going to put on weight with this. And I mean, the milk and squats program, the super squats program, as written about in Super Squats by Randall Strawson. I always get his name wrong. He says that people put on a whole lot of weight, and this is one of the reasons why you get stronger. Looking at me in the mirror, looking how I'm as a physique, I think I'm not holding enough muscle, nowhere near enough muscle to squat 300, nowhere near. Like I've come into peace with the fact that I probably don't have enough muscle mass to do that. Do I want to put on fat and get basically fat? No, I definitely don't want to do that. I don't think the goal of squatting 300 is worth putting my body through that and becoming unhealthy. Definitely don't want to do that. However, if I'm doing this much work, I need to increase my calories. I know that. So I think over the next week or two or whatever, as I move forward, I'm going to try and eat more food. And some of this food is not going to be nutritious food, as in it's probably going to be, junk. There's no way I can say it other way. I mean, I can eat my carrots and celery sticks and, clean chicken and rice and all of that. I can do that, but I still don't know if that's enough calories. I would need to eat a lot of that. So I need foods which are like highly packed with calories. So if I do that 3 times a day, I think that should be enough. But I'm thinking about snacking in between. Usually I don't snack. And I think snacking is the number one reason why people put on weight. If you don't snack, I reckon you're going to be in pretty good shape and you kind of move around a bit. So these are my thoughts right now. If I'm going to do this much work in the gym, I have to be able to refuel it. I have to refuel the body. Otherwise, I'm just basically taking one step forward, one step back. The body's going to push back at me for doing this and not refueling it. I mean, last night eating a whole freaking pack of Tim Tams is not the stuff that I want to do. I want to eat proper food. The trouble with me is, even though I'm doing all this work, I can't eat 5 full meals every day. I need something that I can just wash down. You know what I mean? Like, yes, my appetite is up and about, but I can't have rice and freaking chicken 5 times a day or whatever. I can't have meat and like solid foods 5 times a day. So this is where I think, milk and cookies come in handy, because you can drink milk any time of the day. This sounds like a freaking bulk, doesn't it? It sounds like a freaking bulk, but the work that I'm doing is probably going to put mass on me. Basically, what I'm saying here is I don't think it is possible to do the work that I'm doing without increasing the calories. I think that's simply impossible. If you try to do that, the body's going to basically pay for it. You're going to get sick, you're going to become susceptible to disease, to viruses, and you're going to feel crap. So I think I have avoided getting sick last night because I've been down this path many times before. I know how the sore throat, and it goes down into kind of like further down the throat, and all of a sudden you got bronchitis and then you're sick. Yes, of course, you can catch stuff. I understand that. You can catch stuff. But I think for us who are training a lot and kind of pushing our body to the limit, if you don't refuel the body, your immune system suffers. And then you become susceptible to disease, to illnesses, to viruses and whatnot. There are viruses on us right now, getting ready to jump on a kind of overwhelmed immune system. So you don't even need to have contact with anybody. If you just completely waste yourself, expend yourself so much physically, there are viruses in your mouth, in your nose, living it up, cranking a party every once in a while. And the moment the immune system lowers its guard, bang, it starts to spread, and all of a sudden you've got an upper respiratory tract infection, and sometimes it can get to lower and become a pneumonia and blah, blah, blah. All that kind of stuff. So I'm very, very kind of focused right now to make sure I refuel the body. Obviously, I don't want to just eat junk like I ate last night, but I think that was a good solution for me last night. I needed to consume, a lot of calories in a short amount of time. And I mean, I could eat 50 chickens. I couldn't eat 50 chickens, but you're down a freaking pack of Tim Tams, man. It's like you've eaten like enough for the whole day worth of energy. So obviously I still want to, eat nutritious food, whatnot. But I think you know, this is the thing. I wish there was like a visual feedback mechanism to work out exactly. I mean, I probably can count all of this stuff up and go from there. But I need to be vigilant on this. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick, but I do want to squat every day, and I do want to push the high reps. So something's got to give. I'm probably going to have to do more calories, and I think what this is going to lead to me is putting on a few kilos. I've always kind of been hesitant to say that, to accept that. But if I've kind of worked out that high reps gets me stronger, you can't do high reps without energy, man. So, but I don't want to get fat. So that's the thing as well. So let's see how it goes the next week or two or a month or whatever, and see how I go. Right now I'm sitting around 99 kilos. Like, I've been 98 for quite some time. In the last kind of day or so, this is the thing, I always forget to kind of measure in the morning. So I've kind of been doing like kind of PM measurements. It's kind of been around 90, 99 kilos. In the gym today, I jumped on the scale with all the gear and stuff on. It was 100 kilos. So, and I look at my frame, I look at my legs and whatever, I'm like, man, there's a lot more potential there for muscle mass. So at 6'1", you know, I don't know what my ideal body weight is for a weightlifter, but I don't think I'm like filled out. I think I can hold more muscle is what I'm saying. So let's see how it goes. I'm not going to be just pounding on freaking fat. I don't want to do that. I have a fat gut and fat legs and fat everything, triple chin. I don't want to do that. For me, health is always number one, and that's always going to be a concern for me. But if I'm putting in the work, I got to refuel it. Simple as that. And so I want it to be a 1-on-1 ratio. I don't want to be in a massive surplus where I'm eating, I don't know, 5,000 freaking calories plus. I don't want to do that. Obviously, you can make this really scientific and freaking work out exactly how much you're burning and how much you're putting in. But I really don't want to take my diet to that extent where I'm freaking weighing everything that I eat. Because that, to me, makes food a job. And I really don't want to make my training a job. And I certainly don't want to make my diet a job. And I don't want to put those constraints on the family. I don't want to be that guy. Simply, I don't want to be that guy. Well, that's one of the things I don't like about bodybuilding, where everything is so freaking controlled. The diet is so fixed. That, to me, just turns me off of the whole thing. Because I want to have a nice relationship with food. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to do that because it's my physique and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And there's a difference between counting freaking everything you put in your mouth and becoming fat. You know, like, you know, you don't have to do that to avoid being fat. I mean, you can certainly, you know, gauge how you go. I mean, my body's always been really good at telling me exactly what I need. You know what I mean? So usually in a healthy body, when your body needs calories, you eat, right? You eat, you get full, and you go on and go on. But if you are doing a lot of expenditure, you know, having 2 or 3 sittings, really 2 sittings, the morning stuff is always, it's never like, you know, heavy stuff. You can't really get that many calories in. So it's abnormal to squat every day. It's abnormal to, you know, do high rep squats every day. So obviously it makes sense you need an abnormal diet to fuel that. And I don't think 2 meals a day is enough. I can't eat that much in one sitting. And so I think I need to add more food. Maybe I could do like shakes with bananas and honey and milk and do that kind of stuff instead of freaking eating Tim Tams. But last night it was a crisis point, and, you know, I don't want to make a racket in the morning, and so that's what I did. So it's kind of funny for me to say that I had Tim Tams like that, but my Lord, you got me out of a sticky situation. It'll be interesting to see what you guys have to say. I know a lot of my mates said today, both of my mates said, man, you should have just had some garlic and vitamin C and drank a lot of water. All of those things are great. Like, you know, get a zinc supplement. You know, zinc is a massive precursor to the immune system. That's all well good. Vitamin C as well and all that. Like, it's all well good. I just felt depleted. I needed calories. I don't think vitamin C, zinc, or garlic was going to do me favors here. It's not the immune system. It's just I don't have enough resources to fight. And that's what kind of made the immune system dip. That's my little diagnosis, hypothesis of last night. Once again, I've been down this path many, many times before, and I've done many things. So you get a sore throat and you're like, oh, okay, it's coming. And so I've tried all sorts of things in the past, you know, how to get away from it. But this time around, I was just like, calorie dump, just hit it. Because I know what I've done in the last 4 or 5 days. I know exactly what I've done. I've spread myself too thin. and I was in a negative. I was in a deficit in calories, and there's kids around me who are sick, coughing, slobbering all around the place. Simple as that. You need calories. You absolutely need calories. And I've heard people talk about this over and over again. This is the funny thing. I think it was J.M. Blakely, JM, that said it. I think it was on a podcast with Dave Tate. He basically said if you consume, I don't know what the calories were, if you consume, I don't know, like 10,000 calories in a day, like and all of your calories are coming from Hungry Jacks, let's say, or Big Macs, or McDonald's. He goes, and he's a clever fellow. He's got a PhD in biology, I think he does. He goes, if you consume even the poor food, the junk food, and you consume that much of it, you're probably not going to be deficient in any of the vitamins and minerals because you've consumed so much food. The trick with healthy eating is to consume less calories, dense with nutrients. That's what you want to do, so you don't have to consume 10,000 calories. Because obviously 10,000 calories is going to put on, that's huge surplus, right? And you're going to put on body mass and weight and whatever. But I mean, I don't want to say you can't just live on Tim Tams. But it's a case of you just need fuel. You need fuel, number one. So calories are not the enemy. Calories have to be matched up with the expenditure that you have. And then within those calories, you want to also have like nutrient dense calories, not empty nutrients like Tim Tams. So you want to put all the good stuff in there. That's healthy eating, right? You don't want to have empty calories. But there comes to a point where you've reached your nutrition goals, but you still need calories. And I think for that window, maybe just consuming some cheap crap like milk and cookies. I mean, milk is all right. Nothing against milk. But, cookies is just pure freaking carbs, man. It's just sugar. That's all it is. Anyway, that was the story from last night, from this morning. I have to have a plan. I have to change my diet. I have to have a clear plan on how to move forward. I need to devise some sort of plan where I I think milkshakes is a good way to go for me, to be honest with you. Milk is healthy, banana and all that. I can make it funky, put some honey in there for the calories. Maybe that's a better option than what I did last night. But anyway, that's what happened. Appreciate everyone on the Patreon list, on the DMs on Instagram, and on the comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.